Hey, good morning. I'm Andy Neal with your morning check for Thursday, April 4th. BC Transportation Minister Claire Trevena will speak today in Victoria on changes to the Coastal Ferry Act. The government has introduced measures for public interest and not just the bottom line to be more strongly considered by BC Ferries for decisions on ferry services. Now, Trevena said people living in coastal communities depend on the, quote, vital service provided by BC Ferries, but have experienced service cuts in climbing fares. The Ethiopian government says the crew of an Ethiopian Airlines jet that crashed last month did everything by the book when the Boeing 737 MAX 8 jet started to nosedive. 18 Canadians, including Courtney's Micah Meesent, were among the 157 people that died in the crash. The aircraft maker isn't commenting pending its review of the preliminary report. MAX planes have been grounded worldwide. The CBC is reporting Island Health has issued letters to staff and guests who stayed at two Victoria hostels in early March after one person who stayed at both locations tested positive for tuberculosis. The lung infection is spread through the air. For privacy reasons, the locations have not been disclosed, but the health authority says the risk of others developing TB is low. The driver and lone occupant of a vehicle that crashed in Metchosin last night was taken to hospital. The injuries are unknown. The crash happened around 6 p.m. on Kangaroo Road after the driver lost control, crossed the center line, and slammed into a utility pole. The road was closed for about 90 minutes. Royal LePage says today, even though there is more inventory in Victoria's housing market, prices climbed year over year. The first quarter housing price survey says the aggregate price of a home is up 4.6%. The median price for a two-story home is up 6.9% from last year to more than $923,000, while the median price for a condo is more than $500,000.
The firefighters were amazing keeping our house from catching fire.
Residents are thanking Campbell River Fire for their quick response after a blaze destroyed one home and damaged another. It happened late Tuesday night. 4 people were able to get out to safety, and a 5th from the exposed neighboring house. A GoFundMe page, which you can find on our website, is set up to help the family. 2 men aged 65 and 22 face possible charges after a specialized RCMP drug lab unit descended on a mobile home on the Alberni Highway in Arrington yesterday. Police were called to the residence and saw evidence that illicit drugs were being made. Every breath you take. Sting wrote Every Breath You Take and recorded it with the Police more than 35 years ago, and it's been played a lot since then. In fact, the music rights group BMI says it's become the most played song in its catalog with nearly 15 million radio plays. Sting is set to be honored for the achievement at the 67th annual BMI Pop Awards, May 14th. Well, it's the last road trip of the season for the Vancouver Canucks, who will take on the Nashville Predators tonight, then finish in St. Louis Saturday. Canada's Kevin Cooey enters the second last day of round-robin play of the World Men's Curling Championship in 4th. After suffering back-to-back losses yesterday in Lethbridge, Canada will try and get back on track today against the U.S. this morning and Scotland tonight. And parking in Los Angeles can be a nightmare, and in the congested neighborhood of Koreatown, that's where 2 drivers recently stood their ground for a prime parking spot for more than an hour. The whole debacle was captured from a nearby window and hilariously documented on social media. Well, mostly a mix of sun and cloud today on Vancouver Island, but then some rain is in the forecast to come in later today or tonight, and there are your highs on this Thursday. Well, we always love to know where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and share the CHEK Facebook page. Stacey Ross will be with you with CHEK News at 5. Ben O'Hara follows at 6 and 10. That's been your morning check. I'm Andy Neal.